Hello YouTubers, today I'll make a video response to what is your best first car story. I'm like submitting this for like the Top Gear like contest thingy, so hopefully my first car story is good enough to be aired on TV. Hopefully I win like the Top Gear prize to like meet Jeremy Clarkson in England. Cause like that's my favorite show, and Jeremy Clarkson is one of my idols, or like people I want to live up to, you know. Okay, my first car was actually a 1992 Volvo 940 Turbo, black paint, black leather interior. It was pretty nice. It had a sunroof. It was probably like the most luxurious car I ever driven. Not driven, but like owned. It was a full-size car. So the thing about the 940 Turbo was the turbo model actually had a limited slip differential. The 940 Turbo was on the 740's platform, so it was a rear-wheel drive platform with independent suspension in the back, with a limited slip differential. Front engine, rear-wheel drive, limited slip differential, just like any other sports car, like traditional sports car is supposed to be, you know. Like but this was actually like a pretty large sedan. What else? Okay, but the story I'm going to talk about, I'm going to give you two stories actually. The first story is my first exam at college. So I drove it to college like for my first exam, and my college is actually on a mountain, and there's quite a posh residential area like where my college is at. So this is my first exam. I drove it, and it was a huge snowstorm during my first exam. It was actually some organic chemistry exam, I think, or I think it was general chemistry. Yeah, general chemistry 1, not organic. Organic, I think I took a little later on.
After 1 kilometer,
so
take the exit right 2 towards Rue St. Jacques.
It was a huge snowstorm, and the thing about my Volvo in the snow, it was horrible. Shit, this fucking person didn't let me. Okay, so my Volvo was sort of horrible in the fucking snow. Okay, I'm gonna beat it. Cut. My Volvo was horrible in the snow. Like, it wasn't horrible because it wasn't fun to drive or anything like that. Most of its weight was in the front, because it was a sedan, so it didn't really have a 50-50 weight distribution. The weight was in the front, and if it was like, and it was pretty bad on gas too. It got like 19 miles per gallon. Maybe in America that's good, but like in like where I live, Montreal, that's horrible. Like, people don't make, like, we're taxed a lot more. We live in a more socialist community, so like 19 miles per gallon, you can't really drive anywhere. Like, you could drive here and there, it's like $15 worth of gas. So and I was in college back then, right? So I wasn't blinging with that money. Like, I had money and stuff. Like, I didn't pay for the car or anything. My parents gave it to me. It was their old car. But like, I'm still quite a fiscally conservative person. So I was driving to my school, and my school is on a hill, and it was full of snow. So there was absolutely no traction. So I was going up the hill. There was a stop sign on a hill. I stopped, and then I tried to roll again, but there was no traction, so I couldn't, and I was sort of stuck, and I couldn't go backwards because there was cars behind me. And there's this rich guy with this like huge house, probably like $3-4 million. He just like, it was in the morning, so he goes out and he puts the garbage out, and he sees me like struggling with my car. Like, it was for a good 15-20 minutes I was stuck. I don't know how I eventually got enough traction to pull out of there, but I did. But like, this guy comes up to me, puts the trash out, and goes back into his like a $3 million house. You know, like I'm like, come on, help me. I'm like stuck here, man. I didn't really ask him for help, but he saw me. I was struggling. I was only like 19 or something back in the day. So this guy didn't help me at all. But eventually I got out. I found parking. Parking is hard to find in like the urban areas of Montreal, like free parking. Well, you could always pay for parking, but like I've never paid for parking. So I found parking and I aced the exam. I probably got like 85 in that class, so I did pretty good, you know. So that was one of my first car stories.
After 500.
There's one more thing I want to talk to you about this car. Like,
towards
so I upgraded the mags on this car to like 16-inch mags from a Volvo S70 T5. So like the most sportiest, newest Volvo at the time. Yeah, S70 T5. And the thing is, they didn't fit. So I bought spacers and stuff. But like people said it was dangerous. So I had custom machined, what do you call, lug nuts made for the car and put it in the hub. Not lug nuts, like the bolts. I don't know what they're called. You had to put them in the hub. They like fit it in. So I got like a machinist to like a machine specific nut. What do you call it? Bolts, like whatever you put like the lug nut on. And I had another mechanic actually put it into the hub, the Volvo hub. But actually, the machinist I got to make the nuts for me, not the lug nuts, I mean the bolts for me, like didn't heat treat the things. So these bolts were like really soft. So after maybe a year or two, the threads on these bolts came loose, and you couldn't even tighten the mags on them. So it was a huge effing mess, man. Like this car, man. But like I spent over like 15 grand just repairing it. Like new transmission. It had so many electrical problems. But the thing is, it's still one of my favorite cars. I know people. I bought a Honda after that. Honda's much reliable. I haven't really done any like maintenance, like not maintenance, I mean like nothing has ever gone wrong on my Honda, like compared to my Volvo. Volvo's like the electronics were so horrible, stuff just broke for no reason. The sunroof didn't work, like at the end, like the last couple of years. The ABS didn't work. There was always a light. No, I think the ABS worked, but like the airbag, the SRS light.
The traffic delay on your route is now 11 minutes. New arrival time 6:34.
Oh.
You are still on the fastest route.
Okay. So I think that's my first best video. Maybe I'll cut this out a little bit, like shorter. Thank you for watching my video. Subscribe to my channel if you want to. Holla, your homeboy Ali is late for dinner.